Black. A world-class social housing exhibit was unveiled, and they've got all the details right now. They're doing good things in our community. They are the Ottawa Housing or Community Housing. Stéphane Giguère joins us right now, the CEO. Hello, Stéphane.
Hello there. How are you?
Good to have you again. Okay, so tell us about Ottawa Community Housing before we get into the exhibit and all the good things that are going on.
Yes, Ottawa Community Housing is about 32,000 people living in our communities. We own 15,000 homes. So you can imagine there's a lot of needs in our communities. We have people that they are seniors, we have families, we have singles, and the interesting part, they are friends, they are family, and they are co-workers that people sometimes don't know about. So we are really proud to be really good neighbors in our community and investing to make better living for the people living in the community housing.
Wonderful. How long has it been around for at this point?
Ottawa Community Housing has been around for 15 years.
15
last
years.
year was our 15th anniversary, and a lot of transformation in the portfolio. So we have more and more new build. In fact, we did acquire Gladstone just behind Preston and Preston Hardware and Gladstone Terrace, all of that land there to build new capacity to really adapt to the new needs of new Canadians coming to Canada. In fact, we're the only landlord building 6-bedroom apartments as we speak.
That's good.
So that's pretty amazing.
Okay, so the exhibit was unveiled.
Yes.
It happened last week. So tell me about the exhibit and what exactly took place.
Yes, so if we go back, there's a rich history of social and community housing around the world. Europeans started way back in the 20s, in fact, in Vienna, and we had the chance and the privilege really to host with the Embassy of Austria that exhibition. The exhibition was about the history, the richness, the fact that 1 in 4 people in Vienna live in affordable housing. So that means that you and I will likely be living there. They make a point to not define an individual by his civic address, but really by who they are. So more and more blend in the community, more diversity, more inclusion, and which obviously is quite inspiring in the new model that we aspire to for Ottawa Community Housing, but also in Canada for other housing providers.
Okay, so why was it such a good idea to partner with the Viennese embassy on this exhibit?
Again, the value that they will bring, the value that the richness of their participation in the community, the fact that Vienna is one of the top countries to live in the world, and the fact that social housing is omnipresent everywhere you go. So it's so blended that for us it was inspiring. And if you take a step back, just about 2 years ago, the federal government announced a $40 billion investment in a national housing strategy. So again, looking at best practices, looking at the fact that current providers such as Ottawa Community Housing are looking to renew their portfolio and looking at a role model such as Vienna, you put the three together and you have an amazing exhibition happening in our beautiful town of Ottawa.
Okay, so your role as the CEO, I mean, how did this personally help you, teach you to be even a better CEO?
I teach a lot because when you want to inspire people, when you want to change the lives of 32,000 people, you need to look at best practices. You need to understand where people live, how they live, what type of support they need. People need to be working close to transit. They need to be living next to transit. So all the two together in your design, in your planning, should come along. So as a CEO, making sure that our residents, our clients, have that type of new emerging trends that we saw in other countries that you can bring back in Ottawa. And also, the last piece that I learned that is very important, you cannot do it alone. It's all in partnership. So the different level of government, the state government in Vienna are quite involved, the private sector is involved, as well as the providers. So it means that right now, Ottawa Community Housing, we are on very solid ground to really put together forward that type of model that will make Ottawa that type of diverse and inclusive community that people aim for and want.
Good. So even as a CEO, you're always learning?
Always, every day.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, so moving forward, how would you like to change the way people view community housing?
Community housing is a beautiful institution that we have, and we have an amazing experience in Ottawa. I keep saying that the residents of Ottawa Community Housing are the best people that you can get to know. In fact, we have about 1,200 volunteers coming over year over year, participating in our community events, beautifying, painting, engaging with the residents, For most, it's a discovery that they are the mother of their friends, the cousin of their siblings, and to realize that we're just part of the community as anybody else. Clearly, we have some people that they are more vulnerable and they have further needs, and those are the ones that we want to make sure that they have access to greater services with the broader community of Ottawa, with all of our partners.
Okay, so that being said, I mean, obviously it's growing.
It is.
And 10 years from now, where do you see community housing sitting in our capital?
Being blended within the city, being part of the life of the people, where people can live, work, and play, and enjoy Ottawa.
Yeah, and obviously this is very important. I mean, a taxpayer, I mean, it's good for a taxpayer to pay into this.
Absolutely. So I'm a taxpayer. Everyone at OCH are taxpayers. The residents of OCH are taxpayers as well, in different level of taxes. So it's very important to realize that in social housing, affordable housing, or community housing, everyone is a contributor to the society, and we need, again, to engage as partners together to make it better.
Okay, and you're very accessible, very easy to get in contact with?
Anytime. I'm on Twitter, I'm on different platforms, so you can reach me anytime, and some of our residents will tweet to us, provide us feedback, contacts, inputs, ideas, always open to it.
That's wonderful. Stéphane Giguère, CEO, Ottawa Community Housing. We can go online, och-lco.ca.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Stay there. More details on an amazing event coming very soon. Coming up on Daytime Ottawa in moments on Rogers TV. Thank you.